Hello friends, I'm Swapna Shetty. In this session, we are going to see what is immutability of strings and few classes like string buffer and string builder. So we can divide objects basically into two types like mutable objects and immutable objects. Mutable objects are those objects whose contents can be modified like integer, float, double, all the wrapper classes come into mutable object. And immutable objects are those objects whose contents cannot be modified. That is, once created, those contents cannot be modified. Like string class objects are immutable. So to understand this, let us take an example. Like, let me create a class called test within the same package, com.educators, with a main. And here I would say string s1 equals to data, string s2 equals to base. Add these two strings and assign to s1. That is s1 equals to s1 plus s2. And then print the value in s1. So let's see what output do we get. Run as Java application. So we got the output as database. So it seems that string s1 content is modified. Earlier S1 has got data and S2 has got base. After S1 plus S2 they are joined and the total string becomes database, and this string is assigned to S1 again. If S1 is mutable, it gets the new string database. But here we learn that strings are immutable. That means string contents cannot be modified. But from the output we can see that the content has been modified. So how it is possible? No doubt S1 is definitely immutable. In this program, JVM creates two objects, S1 and S2 separately. When S1 plus S2 is done, JVM creates a new object and stores a string database in that object. But it does not modify the contents of the string S1. After creating the new object, the reference S1 is adjusted to refer to that new object. The point we should observe here is that the contents of the string S1 are not modified. This is the reason we say strings are immutable. The old object that contains data has lost its reference. So it is called unreferenced object, and garbage collector will remove it from the memory. So because string class objects are immutable, their contents cannot be modified between various applications. So different applications can share the contents of string class objects. So this is the basic reason why string objects are made immutable. So to maintain this immutable nature, none of the string class methods should be able to modify the contents of the objects. So JavaSoft people did not provide the methods in string class which modify the contents of the same object. Whenever we try to modify the contents, JVM will create a new object with the modified data. It will not modify the same object. Also, there should not be any scope to override those string class methods. This is the reason string class is made final class. When we say final, the methods of final class cannot be overridden. So that is the reason string class is declared as final. So next is string buffer class. So we just now learned that string class objects are immutable and their contents cannot be modified. But string buffer class objects are mutable, that is, they can be modified. And how do we create string buffer objects is using these three ways. The first way is just using new operator, creating the object and passing the content into the object. And another way is to create an empty object. When I say string buffer SB equals to new string buffer, it would create an empty object with a default capacity of 16 characters. And the other way is string buffer SB equals to new string buffer of 50. That means we are giving the capacity for the string buffer object. That is, it can hold 50 characters. Of course, even if we declare the capacity as 50, it is possible to store more than 50 characters into the string buffer, because string buffer is mutable and can expand dynamically in the memory. After creating an object with the capacity, we can insert the data or the content into the object using append or insert methods. Like I can simply say sb.append of hello. That means add hello to the SB. If I say SB dot insert of 0, hello, then hello will be inserted at the 0th position in the SB object. And we have got few string class methods like string buffer class methods like append, and we can see the capacity which returns the current capacity, and the caret method which returns the character value at the specified index. And we also have delete method which removes the characters in a substring of the sequence. Like if I give start and end, it would delete from start index to the end -1 index. And also we have methods like index of, which returns the index within the string for the whenever it finds the first occurrence in the specified substring. And we have also got length method which returns the length, that is the character count, and reverse method which gives the string in a reverse order, and so on. And string builder, which is basically added in JDK 1.5, and as a string buffer, this is also a mutable class. So we need to use one of the 3 ways to create string builder objects which is similar to string buffer, like creating string builder object using new operator and then storing the content into it, and creating an empty string builder object with which has got a default capacity of 16 characters, and creating a string builder object with a capacity of 50 characters, and then inserting data into it using append or insert methods. So similar to string buffer, we have also got string builder methods like append method which appends the string representation, and we have capacity which returns the current capacity, and caret, that is returns the char value at a particular index, and deleting removing the characters within the string, and inserting a string, and knowing the character count, and the reverse which gives the reverse of a string, and so on. So what is basically the difference between string buffer and string builder? The main difference is string buffer is synchronized by default, whereas string builder class is not synchronized. So what do we mean by synchronization is when several threads process or act on a string buffer class object, they are executed one by one on the object, which gives reliable results. But in the case of string builder, since it is not synchronized, it allows several threads to act on it simultaneously, which may lead to inaccurate results. So synchronizing the object is like locking the object. This means when a thread acts on the object, it is locked, and any other thread should wait till the current thread completes and unlocks the object. So we can say that synchronization doesn't allow more than one thread to act simultaneously on the object. So implementing the synchronization mechanism like locking and unlocking of the object will take some time for the JVM. Hence we say that string buffer class will take more execution time than the string builder. So it is always recommended that when a programmer wants to use a single thread, he should use StringBuilder class instead of StringBuffer class to get faster execution. And we can say that some methods like insert, delete and reverse are not available in string class but are available in StringBuffer and StringBuilder classes. That's all with the session. Thank you.